we get to play with each other, not as much as we wanted, but the highlight for me was the game when we both come on against Accrington. I remember the manager wasn't going to put us on at the same time. He was going to put on Faye first and then put me on later. And then the assistant just said, yeah, put both of them on. We come on, Faye scores some Beckham goal, mad thing, back heel flick. And then I scored last minute winner. And then, so I thought, we'll start playing with each other a lot more, blah, blah, blah. But with like the competition-wise, it's not, for me, it wasn't really, with Faye, it wasn't really a competition. It was more like, I want Faye to do well.
Let's get onto this whole friendship group, because people are probably wondering, like, it's kind of normal to see footballers together anyway, but it's kind of unique how everyone's from the same part of London, the same catchment area. So basically speak on what that's meant to you and how you met people in this group.
Yeah, with that saying, there's no friends in football and all of that stuff. I think that's all nonsense. I've all my friends, or all you boys really, are my closest friends, or are my brothers. So, and the common theme, probably except from maybe Dan, is through football. So, Dan's probably who I've known the longest. Me and Dan actually went to the same school, same year group, same school football team and all of that. So I've known Dan since we were, 11 years old. And, for example, someone like him, seeing him throughout his football journey is honestly, is a merit to us boys. He showed us how... You're a donut. Seeing him, how hard he's worked on his game, despite setbacks that he's had to overcome as well, and he's still, the touching thing for me, I'm sure I could have cried honestly when he came on the pitch against Liverpool. That honestly, I got goosebumps that day. Obviously, going thinking back to PE lessons with Mr. Randall and all of that, and then that was honestly, it was wonderful. It was amazing, man. Faye I met when we were 15. I think, Faye I met when we were 15, and probably around the same time I met you also, Jordan. It was just, I think probably a party, and we all just sort of started hanging around with each other. And I met all three of you at the same time, and Reese as well. It might have been, I think it was Ryan Young's party.
Oh, and,
yeah. Yeah, it was that day. Yeah, Ryan's birthday. And ever since then, we just all shared obviously this common thing of the love of the game and just brotherhood and just wanting to enjoy life, and we were just good. I think just being around good people, and growing up where I grew up, not many people were playing football in my estate before they obviously decided other walks of life. And I remember playing against you, Jordan. We were 15, played Barnet versus Arsenal. I'm sure probably 2 footage from behind or something like that.
My Achilles still to this day, man. I need to tape them. It's a bit mad.
Yeah, and then me and Faye ended up playing for the same youth team with each other. Mitchie was obviously the elite. You and Mitchie Reese were on the elite end of the academies, but we got the privilege to play against Reese and see his diving when we played Chelsea in the friendly. But literally ever since I say about 14, 15, we've all sort of just grown into men with each other, you know what I'm saying? And it's a privilege to have you boys as my boys or brothers,
You too, man. You too. So where do we go from that? Let's go to Reese. Because Reese, you're from kind of a little bit of you're from obviously Northwest London, the same as everyone else here, but it's from Brent. So where do you recall meeting everyone in this group?
I think, Jordan, you were the first one I met simply through playing against you at Arsenal and hearing about you in Brent. Obviously, you go to school near me, and you was a year below, but obviously you were making a lot of noise with the goals you scored, and everyone, Brent's quite close knit. So with Raheem and Ozzy and Tafara, anyone that was like a good player, you'd hear about it. So once I saw you, that kind of like bridged the gap for us. We became friends, and that obviously you playing for Arsenal, I met Faye. And from Faye playing for Stevenage, met Dan and H, but I'd seen them at parties before, so it wasn't just a football level. And I feel like there's a genuine understanding of, we all love football, but we love each other's values as people, and we can learn from each other. Like, you meet some friends in football, but maybe you have to distance yourself from them because they're not right for you. But that's never the case with us. Whether we speak once a month for 3 months, we know the love's never changed. I think there's never ever a problem between us. It's just that we're on different paths, different parts of the world. But whenever we meet up, it's like we saw each other yesterday. Like for your birthday, for example, you'd been in Canada, Faye'd been away, Dan'd been away. I hadn't seen anyone for ages, but it felt like we were all still in the neighborhood, like just seeing each other every day again. And that's what I love. And I don't actually have that with many other people, so that's why I value this group so much. And when it comes to football, you guys have been amazing, like all coming from different backgrounds. H and Dan at Stevenage, Faye, you guys at Arsenal, and everyone's had a different journey. I played against Faye, not just at Arsenal, when he was at Dagenham doing really well. I played against Torquay. Obviously, you've had a different journey. You've gone abroad, but I played against you at Arsenal and West Ham. H had the privilege at Stevenage, Dan, Stevenage, and not only that, Crew. I remember Dan playing, and that was different for me.
Yeah.
When I'd only really seen Dan when we played like Power League and stuff. When I saw him like live in the flesh, I realized, wow, like in Manchester, he's doing all this. And I thought I was like taking a big step in my life, moving a couple of hours up to Chesterfield, but Dan had upped and left his life, gone up there. And I was thinking, wow, all these people, like you can just take something and learn from them, whether it's on or off the pitch. And just value the friendship very highly. Obviously, we have our fun. We had a lot of fun times going to parties and stuff, but it's always been like more than just see each other here and there. It's been like a proper brotherhood, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree, man. Let's talk about with Faye. How was it to play with basically your boys, your brothers, at Stevenage in the same youth team, and you're all friends? How was that?
Yeah, looking back now, it's always one of those, when you're in the moment, you don't realise like how good it is. But like looking back, like those 2 years, we were literally in each other's pockets. Like we were in this like with each other in the changing room every day. The change room was like so small. We're literally in each other's pockets. We're next to each other. Like me and H was talking the other day about how like a youth team, the lunch, because obviously we were at Stevenage were League One at the time. Like we didn't get hot food not until our second year. So in our first year, we used to get like ham rolls. You guys know we used to get ham rolls. We used to get mini roll chocolates, and we used to get fruit. But they'd buy like a bulk of it. The coach would buy a bulk, and then one player would have to go to the coaches and get the food for everyone, bring it to the change room, and then after that, it was a free for all.
Scrambling.
Yeah. So like some days, like, I remember like if I'm the one going to get all the stuff, like I'll pocket like a couple mini rolls extra. Then if I know anyone like Dan or H or someone else hasn't got any, then I might just slide them the spare one.
Right.
There'll be times we'd obviously me, Dan and H all Nigerian, so there'll be times when we get like food like rice from home to bring for lunch, and we'd share that, or just things like that. Like you don't realize we were just getting each other through those 2 years, because I dread to think if I'd been there maybe and I hadn't like had those two with me like as my boys, I don't know, it would have been a completely different experience. You know what I mean? It might have. I don't know, when you go through things like scholarships and things like that, when you're with people that that you value highly and you all think the same, it makes it easier to get through. So now looking back at it, it was a good time, man. We all progressed as well, footballing wise. We learned a lot from that period. Definitely, I think the lessons we've had there, we might not have had at other clubs, and it's shaped our mentality to go wherever we've been. I think we've always had lessons that we can take from being at Stevenage. So it was good times, man.
Yeah, sounds like fun times, man. Obviously going to Dan now. Dan, you have an experience along with Faye, which not many people have, and I want to get into that. So you guys ended up moving to Shrewsbury together, and you both played the same position. So speak on how in football that is normally in that situation. All three of us are strikers, so we know like how other strikers can be in the team, especially when one's playing and one's not playing, and you're not friends. So how is it being friends? And you basically got to fight for each other's shirt.
Well, it's funny, like we're all talking about how we've all met and our friendships and stuff like that. And the game that we're in, your teammates with someone for 2 years and then they get released, you get released, or you go to another club, you tell them, see you later, keep in touch, take my number. Pointless to take their number. But with you, man, I know Jab, you don't have to speak for 3 months, and I know I can message you and tell you how I feel. That's the friendship I have with you boys. That's why I hate it, called it a brotherhood. It's more, not a friendship, it's more brothers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
And then touching on the point on me and Faye playing in the same team. So I remember Faye's trial. I don't even know if it was a trial or if they've already said he's in the team at Stevenage. The first match, we played up front together. And then I think he scored 2. And then I said, yeah, this guy is serious, man. He's coming to take my place. and then, obviously, we're all in, like I've said, we're all in the same change room together. You get a friendship together. And then it's a thing where, like, from a young age, you want everyone to do well. Well, I did anyways. I know the boys did. We're still friends, so everyone wants everyone to do well. I want Reece to do well at H, Jordan, Faye, everyone to do well. So then, just the thing of when I got to Shrewsbury, before even me getting to Shrewsbury, Faye was playing at Shrewsbury. When that came out, I remember everyone at home was buzzing because it was local. Get one of my mates playing in League One, back in League One from the conference where we're all trying to work our way up. So seeing him there, I'm at Telford working my way up. And then Faye at Shrewsbury, I'm nearby. It's literally 10 minutes away. I'm scoring goals, he's scoring goals. Things are going well. He's putting the word in for me, saying, go sign this guy. The scouts coming to watch me, helps me out. I get there. God grace as well. Obviously, me doing well as well. And then we get to play with each other. Not as much as we wanted, but the highlight for me was the game when we both come on against Accrington. I remember the manager wasn't going to put us on at the same time. He was going to put on Faye first and then put me on later. And then the assistant just said, yeah, put both of them on. We come on, Faye scores some Beckham goal, mad thing, back heel flick. And then I scored last minute winner. And then, so I thought, we'll start playing with each other a lot more, blah, blah, blah. But with like the competition-wise, it's not, for me, it wasn't really, with Faye, it wasn't really a competition. It was more like, I want Faye to do well. So I remember, I don't know if you remember, there was a period in training, Faye was ripping everyone up. And I was like, yeah, my guy's ready, like, to move to the next step. I want him to move to the next step. We're not fighting against each other. We're fighting to move higher, to play as high as possible. So for me, with Faye as my friend, obviously they say there's no friends in football and like everyone's fighting for this. We both work hard. If he's not working hard enough, I'll tell him. I'd expect the same from him to me. So that's how I felt competition wise.
For more content like this, like, share and subscribe.